What follows is a screencast which should help you prepare for the time writing next week on An Enemy of the People. Essentially, I'm going to start here, and again, all this is on Blackboard under assignments. You can print this out, bring it if you wish to the time writing. But the sample prompt: every story is trying to say something. It's trying to beam an idea, a message into the minds of its readers. In this way, every story is an argument. It's the writer making a case. Write a short essay in which you choose one theme or motif and explain how Ibsen develops this case in the play. So when you look at a prompt, essentially you want to make sure that you understand what it's asking. So it's asking for a short essay. You're going to choose one theme or motif, and you want to explain how Ibsen develops the theme in the play, okay, or his case, or what he believes to be true about a particular motif or theme. Okay, so here are some strategies, and again, a good deal of this is probably review, but here it is in a handout for you. I'm not going to read all this to you, but essentially it's talking about how you find theme, what a theme is, how to write a theme. A theme should not present an idea that is self-evident or dead-ended, and I've used an example from To Kill a Mockingbird to show you what a good theme might be. So, for example, using his decision to defend Tom Robinson against Mayeliel's charge of rape, Atticus Finch exemplifies Harper Lee's belief that if one individual follows his moral compass and stands up against the majority opinion of others, he has the potential to positively transform the lives of others. Notice here the idea of a complex sentence begins with an adverb clause, and then we have our independent clause, which would certainly make it a complex idea. And as I always try to suggest to you, themes are complex ideas, so therefore they should be stated in a complex sentence. Okay? Then there's some examples here about Eveline and about diction, and the theme should not be facts. Okay, here's one in Powder. Again, try not to oversimplify it with something that might sound like a moral or just the most obvious point about the story. In Tobias Will's short story Powder, he shows that some people don't like their fathers. Okay, and my question would be why? And essentially, too, this is a simple sentence, so it's a simple idea, and oftentimes when you write a theme, or as a simple sentence, the paper will not really dig deep enough into supporting it. So again, remember, when arriving at the theme, your objective is to convey some universal statement about people and or life, and your choice of theme should be debatable, which requires the necessity of evidence to support it. Okay, so again, you're going to take some part of the play in this case, and then you're going to ask yourself, what is the author conveying or asserting about the human condition? And again, the human condition is really all these abstract ideas: justice, truth, love, power, and so forth. We had a lot more mentioned during our Socratic seminar as well as in class. So you have the abstract idea, and then you're going to use concrete details. You're going to use evidence from the play, including quotes, along with your commentary, that will support your thesis. So if you're looking for a structure for a thesis, you might say, using some aspect of the text, the author conveys, illustrates, believes. This is where you write your author's theme, this part here. And again, if you go back to the Kill a Mockingbird sample, you see how this is structured. Make sure the thesis or claim is a complete sentence, preferably a complex sentence, using elevated diction. As I've told you in the past, or at least tried to suggest to you, if you're going to use elevated diction in any sentence in the play, it should be right there in the thesis. It's the most important sentence. And if you can nail a strong thesis or claim in this paper, you should do well with it, because you'll be proving something. Okay, some strategies, and again, I'm sure in your AP history class, or when you've had time writings in other classes, they always talk about pre-writing. We're going to have about 50 minutes for this. So you want to spend a chunk of the time pre-writing. It's very important. If you begin writing because you think you have the answer all in your head, it's almost guaranteed that you will run out of gas, run out of steam in about 15-20 minutes. You won't know what more to say. The organization might be faulty, and or you might end up just repeating yourself. Okay. We did the LRS introduction. You're welcome to use that in this paper. They were very, very long. In some cases, they were a whole page, and this was for your response to somebody's comment in the Lord of the Flies seminar. In this case, again, because time is of the element, you can really shorten it, make it more concise, as you have a contrast introduction. Some people believe this. However, this is what I believe. Okay? Organize each body paragraph around a specific topic sentence that makes an assertion related to your thesis. Very important. Instead of beginning with description or narration, which takes time and does not advance your argument. If you're going to begin a paragraph with Dr. Stockman receives a letter in the beginning of the play, you will essentially be writing plot summary about the letter. So again, you want to have something debatable in your topic sentence that relates back to your overall thesis, which appears as the last sentence of your introduction. These sentences are very, very important. Again, choose your information carefully. If you're writing summary, you can always ask yourself, so what, who cares, how does all of this summary, all this detail help to support my claim? You might want to think about a T-chart. So once you have a question in mind, for example, you'll be looking for some type of theme to develop based on the question. You might just want to make a list of all the details or the moments that you remember specifically in the play, see how, in what way they might be connected, and then determine at that point what motif they best focus upon, which motif they might work best with. Okay, and then here's your other point that I just mentioned before about topic sentences. Try to get a quote or two in each body paragraph, and again, cite page numbers correctly. You will have the use of the book. You can also bring your annotations with you, but you know, quotes, they are important, and they will help develop your commentary. With conclusions, again, try to have something that just is not simply a summary of the play or of your claim, or just something that restates what you just wrote about. Maybe there's a way that you can have your reader thinking. And again, if you go back to our seminar, there were a lot of ideas suggested that make the play relevant to a reader in a modern American society. So see if you can step back from the play itself and look at the larger idea of behind what you wrote about. Their views, conclusions. In conclusion, this is a good tip here. When using a computer, don't waste your time right-clicking the thesaurus. I know it's something that you might like to do at home, but in a time writing, don't really waste your time to keep doing it, because what you'll do is, even if you have strong diction, if you have nothing to say, it's not going to matter. So the ideas are most important. Obviously, strong diction is something to help make your argument more forceful, more convincing, but don't rely on the strong diction and use your time in this fashion. It's really a waste of time. Use your own vocabulary. Then when you go back and you begin to edit the paper or look over it again, there might be a word or two you want to shift, especially with verbs. Single quotes for emphasis. Double quotes require page citation. Please underline the name of the play, and it's a playwright with a W. Okay. Characters' names, again, you have those on the back of the seminar questions. The best papers employ literary terms whenever possible. Know your audience. Your audience is an English teacher or somebody who has some knowledge of literary terms. So again, very important. Most students, again, I remember last year, I speak with Mr. Brown often, for example, and Mrs. Blevins as well, and Mrs. Hernan. They all taught literary terms last year. Use them when you can. Right, and then continuing on a little bit, if you can use literary present tense, never use you or I. Budget your time so you can complete the paper. Don't throw your writing skills out the window. And finally, you can bring all this to class. I will be sending another shorter screencast out, which talks about the rubric for this paper, so you'll know exactly what to do. So hopefully this is of help. You'll have a couple prompts from which to choose, and then you'll have 50 minutes in the library on their computers. For the odd block, you'll be in the classroom with laptops. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, good luck. Go over these notes carefully. They're under Blackboard, and you are welcome to print them out and bring them with you.